What's up, you guys? So look, on this video I'ma explain to you how I marked this indicator right here, which I think is called the MACD, or the Mac. I call it the Mac. I call it Mr. Mac. Return of the Mac. Alright, cool. So first, something I noticed about these indicators, because I'm not quite sure how it works, but I have an idea. Pretty much is mimicking the market and telling you when it's catching some volume and when it's hitting these peaks. Also, getting to this border is a no-no zone. That means the market is really dumping, and once we get to this area, that's when it starts recuperating. The more we go on down throughout the candles, the more they change and whatnot. You can see some of them go below here, go up all over the place. But what I've done is, just like I do my other my graph, I put lines, and I'm gonna show you how this thing right here, this indicator, back in 2010, I mean 2022, 21 maybe, I think, or 2020, this indicator was telling me that gold was going for a certain move. Something it didn't tell, I don't know what it was telling me, but I saw a pattern. And so when I can't really see the market or see where the market is going, or if the market is peaking in some sort of way, I go to this indicator, because this indicator is telling me that the market is sort of peaking or whatnot. Even though you see candles going up or whatever, this indicator's, the way I graph it and box it up, you guys see what I'm talking about. Alright, so first I'm gonna go to the monthly, and I'm gonna mark the peaks of the orange and blue area. Again, the higher the candle is, the more the resistance is. So I'm marking the tops of these resistance areas. And you see how this was telling you right here, this was peak of the market just based off how this orange didn't pass this area. Same as the candles, but they give you more of an earlier alarm or warning. Then you can see right here too. So in these little areas is when the market also was made a move on up, like right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Alright, anyways. You can see how they also react to those certain lines, whether it be from the, anyways. It's right here, right here, right there, right here, right here. See a little bit there. See right here. See how they end up. I'm only gonna do monthly, weekly, and daily, or maybe just weekly and monthly, depending. I don't want it to get too much, too messy and whatnot. You see, you're gonna notice that also most of the areas are gonna be already marked down by the monthly and weekly area. Since the weekly, I do blue. Right here, right there, little bump. Right here. That's too close. Just one right here. Besides that, alright, cool. So then what I'm gonna do is go to the monthly. This highest area, I'm gonna mark it down right here. Notice after this right here, notice nothing. Notice so from right here to actually I missed some right here. Alright, so anyways, I'll go from here to this area right here. And this will be a monthly. I actually want to go more from right here to here. It makes more sense. Yeah, that makes more sense. Because you don't want to get inside here. Because once you get to this area, it's really mayday, danger area. And your last area, if anything, maybe be right here. After that, you're going to be effed and go back to the lower area where it's sustained for a couple of long ass time. And I'm guarantee you this was because when you look at gold had a big ass push and then it went down and all of a sudden it started continuing going up in 2021, 2022 area over here. I think that's before, never mind. It had 3 of them. Watch, let me put this down. Take away the indicators. Actually, no, not the indicators. Drawings. Take away the indicators. So I had that push. Went down, little bump, little bump, little upper bump. But once we get to the region here, this area here was your signal to go for a buy, especially for a long, because these are months. So look how from the 80s, so on 80, we got, this is our peak. So notice how this right here, the market was telling you, hey, in case we go past these prices here, we're signaling for a bull because this is 50% of this drop. And then whatever was happening during this time right here too. Oh, this is a 2008 area, whatnot. So notice as the market went in fear into dumping, on 2008 we were dumping, right? We had criteria where the market was dumping. For those of you that know about it. Here we have, and as we get to 2008, notice, you know what this means? Because back in the days before Bitcoin came along, the safe haven was gold. Whenever the market crashed, people went to gold because gold is like gold is your, in case the dollar fails, let's go to gold because gold is something material. Gold is something that has actual value, whereas the dollar doesn't. Since it was backed up by gold back in the days, it did. Now it's not backed up by just oil. That ain't shit. So people, investors, rich people, billionaires, they go and invest in gold. And they're buying it as, think about it, you guys. They're buying gold here. You at this price could buy gold. Back in 2005, 2005, I barely graduated from high school. And just imagine me buying gold every month, maybe $500. $500 every week and each month. Not even a month, just 500 a month. Just think about 500 a month. 500, 500 here, 500 here, 500 here, 500 here, 500 here, 500 here, and so on, right? Or your family. Or just think about your family. If your family knew about this, just think about it. Think about it. When you have people from the Middle East, Asia, if they knew about stocks and all this, do you think when they came over here or when they were over there or whatever, they had money? You don't think, why have you seen how Asian works? They'll stick together as a family community, they'll put money in the family and will invest together in the business or whatnot, and then from there they'll grow. So think about if your family knew about this. Think about if your parents knew about this. So they go and they end up investing every day. Imagine then after this what happens when gold takes off. 2048. Just think about it. So anyways, so the market, the moment it started breaking this right here, this was telling you earlier, this was telling you down here, because notice the pattern. Oh, I bet I was nice in the brown area right here, and this one was telling you down here this was your sweet spot to start buying. See how it goes over the green and then blast off. So anyways, back to this. So then I'll go to the weekly. Notice something here. What do you guys notice? You see how I made these boxes in the monthly range, in the monthly area, but as we go down, they go along with the next week on down. For example, what this is telling me right here is that if the market ever first crosses this price and then this, it means we're gonna start, gold is gonna start going back up, because unlike the stock or the whatever gold, the gold stock, it goes up and down and gives you all these prices and whatnot, you know. But this right here gives you a more clear idea of where the market is picking up or when it's picking up or what's happening. So look, if we follow this, what I would do then, I'll get the weekly. What the fuck? You get the weekly, and I know that when I get to these prices, I'm in danger. Notice how every time we were starting to pick up, we will get to this area right here. See, look. Look, once we get here, we came down, and as we're going up, and we were picking here, this indicator was telling me, hey, we're not making any volume, we don't have strength. And as you have this peak right here, you have the next peak right here, and after that, the moment it breaks, this purple line was telling you also your other indicator. So you start holding this area right here, the market on dump down, finally when we get here, we're picking up volume. Once we cross this, again, we fail to even pass to get to this area right here. So the moment we're breaking on down, again, more dumping, market starts going down. Then again, once we get to this area right here, the volume showing strength already. See it going on up. Do that push. So anyway, so finally we do all this, right? We do all this. The big signal to me would be then when we start getting here. Because what I would do then, again, I'll mark it up in the purple line. The first one would be right here. Second one would be right here. See how it's all over the place? You can't really tell which is the main support resistance with this one. To help you out, you can use a higher 3 or 6. That works way better. See right there? See how right here, this area right here will be a box area right here, and look how it goes along. It's making support of this area that it just passed. And then your next area that's struggling right here with this right here. And then with this one. That was a 50% area right here, whatnot, somewhere in this range. So all this was telling you, along with this, we're about to blast off. And probably it was going around that time. What fear was going around time, because this means fear in the market. And we finally passed that area, that weekly area that I talked about. Right here we passed that weekly area that I mentioned earlier. Then we cross it again. So anyways, another thing I want to show you, okay, so let's go along with this right here, because the pattern that I saw, which it wasn't the 4-hour candle. Go back, take all this, daily. Yes, daily right here. So when I was back in the days, first started this, and I didn't really know how to read this, and I don't say I know how to read now, but I have my own way of using it. I noticed this pattern right here. Now I should ask you guys if you guys see it, but that. And notice how this isn't gonna look the same with the candles. So while the candles it was this area right here. You see how this was all over the place? Yeah, it was going down, but you see how it was all over the place? So you can't probably really know where it was stopping, where it's going, where it's stopping, it was going, the lowest, the highest, the lowest, the highest, right? So, but down here, notice how there was a pattern all the way down. And notice how right here didn't really, it was just up and down, going up in here, whatever, whatnot, the spikes all over the place. So there wasn't like a perfect area like this. It wasn't perfect where it went down and up, they hit the same area. Trend, that's what you call a trend right here. The trend going down, the trend going to the bottom, perfectly going up and down in that little tube area. Watch me show you what I mean by that. I will do this, do this, go up here again. This is what they call trend lines. The trend is your friend. Wherever the trend goes to the market, the moment you start seeing this right here, or even this, you would then do your tunnel. So you knew every time you came to this trend line, it was your buying opportunity, your selling opportunity, and so on. So now let me go back. So again, even though this all plays, this was telling you something down here. This was telling you where to go for a buy. Let me show you what I mean by that. So let's just erase it again, just so I can show you. So every time, I forgot to take these motherfuckers off right here. Anyways, so even though this shit would go down a lot of times, you really know where to go for actual buy or whatnot. So let's say I put it right here, or let's say I saw this. I saw this, and then I put the second one, just to see if it will react the same as this, or if I'm tripping, or if I'm noticing something right here. Alright, so once I did this, I'm like, let me stretch it out, and let me see if they react to it. Pump, bottom, go up. Next one didn't go all the way, so then I will wait to actually hit the bottom, bottom, buy, bottom, buy, bottom, and what happened after that? At the end. So then I will still stretch it out just in case when it came down to an area, I knew again this will be my selling for sure, because it's ending the pattern. It's ending the pattern. This is not, it's just like the candle, this is not going to continue up and going up here again, and then going up here. It's going to break it. And that's what I was worried about. Because when it came down again, I was like, okay, it's either I'm tripping, or it's actually gonna react to it and break that pattern finally, and we're gonna have a fall. Or we're gonna bounce up finally the last time and create a higher high. But since this dropped right all the way down here, that's when in a new watch. Monthly wise, this was right here. And from there I would do this. And go to the daily. So you see, this was the last spike that we tried to create a new high. But on here, it was telling me, hey, we're about to drop because we didn't do the bounce. We didn't do this. We're not doing this. We're staying stuck to it. So every time you were stuck to it, it was a, hey, we could break this area. See, we could break that area. Hey, 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 we could break that area. So this was going on your downward pattern. So you see what I'm talking about? So even though this was telling was up here, this was telling me, no, this is telling me something right here, you guys. And at that time I was not in the group. I was the only one that was drawing this shit. I don't think other people make all these lines and drawings on the indicator, especially the MACD. But I still use my same strategy line and all that bullshit pattern that I find my weird ass brain finds. And so I knew it has, because think about it, look, if you would look, let me get on my drawings. All right. So if you notice with this right here, notice how there wasn't a pattern like that. You had this ugly little another little other pattern, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? Look, that never happened in the past. You had this one again, your little curve. See, instead of being all this over the place, you just have a little pattern to it. You see, all over the place, all over the place, all over the place, all over the place, and all of a sudden you come across this, especially during this time. Look at the time when that was happening. Do you think that was some sort of manipulation with the market? Because look how perfect that was during that time. And I wish I would have known what I know right now when this shit was happening. But it's happening right now. It's happening right now. It's going to get worse. Or it's going to be a fake out and we're going to end up blowing up sometime in a couple of weeks. Maybe around November, maybe around September. So that's how I was using this indicator. And this was the first, once I was doing it, because nobody showed me how to mark this and do all this. It was just my own little strategy, my own little, hey, let me try out, let me synchronize this indicator with the actual market, especially after having this little area right here, this little, and I was telling the rest of the group, yo, this is telling you something. Nobody wants to learn about it, nobody wants to ask me questions about it. It's all Gucci. Alright, so that's how I use the Mac. And I use the same strategy in the NASDAQ. I used to look at this whenever, just to keep up, just to see if I find some patterns, something. And I like using these boxes too. I think I'll use it for the NASDAQ or SPX, either or. Let me see. Yeah, see. Helped me on this right here was telling me the box area, hey, we break this, we're going into danger. And all this at this point, it's telling me right here. You see, after that we broke the box. Let me go down. See right here? Let me know how the market was going. We're looking. So even though the market was going up and doing all this was telling me the opposite. This was telling me, hey, your volume is getting weaker. Yeah, you had a good high here, and then think about it. We had a big high up here, but look at this. Look at this, look at this. Someone take a look at this. You see I was barely getting to the box after it dropped? All this was red flags. But when you're looking at it, so that's why it was important for me to take a look at these indicators. Because for some reason my mind can correlate them, synchronize them. What time was that? You see? So if I was smart, I would ignore all these big pushes on up, especially this one, and pay attention to this right here. Because at the same time, you're looking, like I said, the higher you are, the higher you see the whole valley. So the fact that I was visually actually seeing this, I was like, oh, okay, I see what the goal is. The goal is this area right here, and when you're struggling, and we're about to drop. And then the next area will be right here. Yeah, this. Because when we make really big moves, it's this area. Notice that. Besides that, falling, 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 falling. Fake out, fake out, fake out. You see, that's the way I'm interpreting all this. Because I see in the actual candles, at this point we're going some high place, whatever, whatnot. But it's telling me, hey, We're about to drop. We're about to drop because we're getting inside this box right here again. Again, right here. Go here. Take this off. Same here. You see how this right here, the goal is the box. Right, these big moves right here. You got this one. You have this one, this area here. Big pushing up. After that we start falling. Get to this area here, we're picking up. But we're showing a lot of weakness. See? You know we're pushing it up, it's fake. It's fake. Fake, because look at the last push on up, even though it's stronger, you would have thought, okay, it's stronger, so it's higher, so you see it's up here. But it's showing you, hey, it's a fake out. We're about to drop because we get inside the box. And then along with that, with the Fibonacci's, and the boxes up here, and the trend lines. Alright. But yeah, that's it for that indicator. Then later on, other videos, I'll talk about the boxes and the lines and whatnot, the trend lines, the Fibonacci that I use. So here's the Fibonacci. Oh, it's not on right now. Take drawings off. I'm gonna just leave the Fibonacci. Yeah, in the next video I'll talk about the Fibonacci and what I use. Here's the Fibonacci right here. You're able to pay attention to the 50. It's always going to be the 50 in between these three. How they react. You see that? Come across the 50, fake out, boom. Struggle on the 50. Notice how they touch, they start drawing these lines too. Break it. This area right here. Break it. If you go on the... Anyways. So I'll talk about this later on, you guys. For now, this is it for that indicator. Brian Seacrest, signing out.